Nia Long is finally speaking more about her cheater ex-fiance Ime Udoka and how much of a clown he was. And honey, if the streets are anything to go by, Ime is not happy that she is still talking about him. It's the audacity for me. If you don't want people to think that you're a clown, maybe don't do clown stuff. So Nia Long recently sat down to do a type of interview with rapper Jeezy, and they both went deep into talks about how life has been in the past couple of months for them. They have both gone through breakups, with Jeezy filing for divorce from his wife, Jeannie Mai, a couple of weeks ago. While that caused something of a scandal, it was nowhere close to the scandal that happened last year when we found out that Ime had been cheating on Nia. It was crazy because can you even imagine cheating on the Nia Long? The crazy part about this is that Ime knew that he was about to get exposed for cheating, but he still didn't tell Nia until the last possible moment, and he not only blindsided her, but their son as well. Nia found out about it along with the rest of us when the Boston Celtics released a statement talking about how they were suspending him for having multiple affairs with members of the staff of the club. They said the Boston Celtics announced today that the team has suspended head coach Ime Udoka for the 2022-23 season for violations of team policies. A decision about his future with the Celtics beyond this season will be made at a later date. The suspension takes effect immediately. An insider also took to Twitter to reveal that Ime had been warned on at least one occasion. Ime Udoka had relationships with not one but two staff members. One deleted all social media accounts, the other has turned off comments on IG, both married. One was actually married to a senior vice president in Celtics organization who wanted 1 year suspension. Celtics told him to stop on at least one occasion. Ime Udoka did not take the organization's advice. So he had cheated on Nia multiple times, and that's just ones we knew about. Like I said, he knew that he was going to get exposed publicly, but he still kept it a secret from Nia. And not just that, but he also watched while Nia uprooted her entire life from LA and moved to Boston because she wanted their family to finally be together without the distance. Her career meant that she had to be in LA most of the time, but she was willing to focus on her relationship even if it meant that she had to be away from the heart of the industry. And while she was making plans, Ime stood by knowing that he was about to get involved in a major scandal, and he said nothing. He released a statement a few days after getting exposed where he said, "I want to apologize to our players, fans, the entire Celtics organization, and my family for letting them down. I am sorry for putting the team in this difficult situation, and I accept the team's decision. Out of respect for everyone involved, I have no further comment." Nia also gave a statement to TMZ saying, "The outpouring of love and support from my family, friends, and the community during this difficult time means so much to me. I ask that my privacy be respected as I process the recent event. Above all, I am a mother and will continue to focus on my children." Nia was so hurt by the situation and Ime's betrayal, and she opened up about this in an interview where she said, "I literally felt like my heart had jumped out of my body. I went home to be with my son, and that was what was most important to me because he was not having an easy time. I think the most heartbreaking thing about all of this was seeing my son's face when the Boston Celtics organization decided to make a very private situation public. It was devastating, and it still is. He still has his moments where it's not easy for him. No one from the Celtics organization has even called to see if I'm okay, to see if my children are okay. It's very disappointing." Well, Ime seems to have gotten back on his feet because he announced that he had gotten a new position, and he did that whole talk about how he has grown as a person, how he has changed, and all of that. He said, "I released a statement months ago when everything happened and apologized to a lot of people for the tough position I put them in. I spent this last off season working on myself in a lot of different ways, improving in areas, and it gave me a chance to sit back, reflect, and grow." Now, with all this, you would think that the least he could do was be nice to Nia, right? I mean, he had put her through a great deal of public ridicule and humiliation, so the least he could do was at least play nice and then try to maintain a co-parenting relationship for the sake of their minor son, right? Well, no! After the scandal, Nia dumped Ime, packed her things, and moved back to LA with their son. We didn't hear from them for a while, so we thought that they were good and Ime was acting right. Well, that was until Nia dragged him to court, asking for primary physical custody of their son Kaz, claiming that respondent is the children's parent and has failed to support the children. What this meant was that Ime had stopped supporting their son since Nia broke up with him. And sad as it sounds, it's actually not all that uncommon for men to stop supporting their sons emotions whenever they break up with their moms. We see it happen a lot of the time, and it just sucks that Nia had to deal with Ime being a deadbeat on top of the things that he put her through. And to her credit, she didn't act out or try to use their son against him. I mean, sure, she asked for physical, primary, and legal custody, but she also asked the courts to let Ime have as much visitation time as he wanted, so she wasn't being a bitter baby mama. Well, it looks like she finally healed from the trauma of that relationship because she is finally speaking about it in detail. She had a sit-down interview with Jeezy and she opened up about her breakup in great detail. Now, I don't know if it's because a lot of time has passed since the breakup or if she just felt comfortable with Jeezy since they both had gone through the same thing, but she really opened up and exposed Ime for being a class 1 clown. She revealed that the breakup from Ime was something of a wake-up call for her.
You know, I had a really public breakup recently. It was a wake-up call for me in the sense of like, okay, you're gonna do this on your own and you're gonna be fine. Right. And you're not gonna worry about what anyone thinks and has to say, because the relationship was rocky for a very long time. So, because I don't believe another person can break anyone up. Right. Like, I don't buy that, right?
So she was basically hinting that the affair that got Ime fired was not the only affair that he had had, and it certainly wasn't the first one. Again, this adds up with what the insiders were saying about how he got multiple warnings before he eventually went too far and had to be stopped. She then hinted that she was considering taking Ime back after he cheated because she wanted to keep her family together, but her older son talked some sense into her and convinced her to love herself more.
My older son saw me trying to keep the family together, but I had to come to a place where loving myself was bigger and more important than saving anybody.
Well, if you got to save your star player, if your star player is not doing good, the team
Can we not talk players? Can we use a different, can we say like, the best horse in the race?
Right. Oh my God.
Child, that woman is traumatized. She also admitted that she still struggles with the betrayal sometimes.
Like we all are. Do you feel that you're okay? Like not what people are supposed to see and supposed to think. You.
I think I'm exactly where I need to be, which is some days I'm like totally good, and then other days I'm like, oh God, this feels like so much work.
I feel that.
You know, and then other days it feels like women shouldn't have to be this strong.
Right.
I don't want to be this strong sometimes.
She also expressed how grateful she was that her fans stood with her 10 toes down and showed her a lot of support.
The way that Black people stood up for me, and the way that Black women were like, oh no, you don't do that to her. I was shocked because I didn't realize that what I had done or what I've done in my career had so much impact.
Now, y'all notice how she didn't even mention Ime or talk bad about him or anything like that? Well, Ime is still taking a lot of offense at this because he feels like Nia is out to make trouble for him. He genuinely feels like she is deliberately trying to get him dragged by bringing up the drama when everybody has moved past it. According to an insider, Ime has been raging at Nia, claiming he is not happy with Nia because she is not letting the issue die down and giving interviews about it. He thinks that she is deliberately trying to set him up for drags because she is still not over the past. Well, he did get clowned, and fans left comments like, Ime Udoka gotta be one of the dumbest men in our communities. Just dumb. These men will see white skin and their brains will turn into mashed potatoes. He really destroyed his entire family for a white woman. Beyond unsurprising. Sending love to Nia Long. Ime Udoka really a clown for doing Nia Long like that. Do you know who that woman is? And the clown of a man, Ime Udoka cheated on her with some snow blister from his job and then started harassing the pale Patricia until she blew everything up and cost him his job and marriage. He never deserved Nia to begin with, and I'll always remind her of that. Ooh, child, he was getting eaten up. But what do you guys think about him coming after Nia like this? Do you think he has a point, or does he need to keep his mouth shut and take a seat? Drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.